Okay, sorry, nawala na naman. I think we're all back naman. To those na naka-attendance na sa kanina na live, okay na hindi mag-attendance ngayon. Okay? So, sa mga hindi lang naka-attendance a while ago. Okay, let's start. It's 9:20. Uh, okay, please prepare your pen and paper, please. Do you have your pen and paper already? Because baka mamaya mag-ano ako, anong tawag ito? There will be a possible questions Q&A. Now then you'll be uploading it sa Canvas afterwards. And please use Cam Scanner in uploading those yeah, pictures instead of using your camera, your phone's camera, which is will really give a big uh big file, and yeah, pangit siyang output. Kay Taupan, ihabol sa Milton, yes. Okay na kanil, naka-present na ka kanina. Okay. So please tell your ano na lang, classmates na nag-relive tayo kasi nawala. Okay, good morning, Lanimart. Again, to those na attendance na kanina sa live, it so happen na we have a technical kasi problem. So, pwede na mo dili mag-present kasi na-check ko na din yung attendance niyo. Talaga hindi sila nakinig. Anyways, sige, Ausa, Parahinog, Dungyapon. Ang Dungyapon, Black A ka ata. Kaya while waiting sa uban. Andrade, Tahara. Tahara, Black A ka ata, Tahara. Again, this class 4 is for Black B. Wala lagi Tahara na kamo. Kinsa ni si, Chudoro. Tama de. Black A de. Sorry. Katulad sa ulo eh. Okay, I think, yeah, we could not wait for the others, no? And yes. Salvador. Kani si Rolito Salvador. Black A. Okay, Rolito, wala ka sa class list. Ayan, Salvador Rolito Picania Rinaldo. Okay, let's start na. So I'm gonna share my screen. Just say present and recheck yan mamaya. Okay, so welcome to web technology. This is from Uneka. So this morning, yes, you are Black Beta Hara, sorry. Duha kay mo katsyodoro, no? Okay, so this morning we'll be discussing the introductory of what is web technology. So I got this presentation from Uneka. So introduction to web technology. So web technologies refers to the way computer devices communicate with each other using markup languages. In it is a communication ano ba to? Markup languages. It is a communication across the web and create, deliver, or manage web content using hypertext markup language or HTML. So a web page is a web document which is written in HTML or hypertext markup languages or language. So it is said to have brought the world into a small village where people and devices can communicate to each other seamlessly. So the World Wide Web or the WW or the WWW has allowed for the access of information that would have been uh, impossible to find or may have been difficult to find without the WW or the triple W. Okay? So the internet and the World Wide Web or WW. The terms internet and the World Wide Webs are synonymous in the minds of many, but they have different meanings. So the internet is a massive network of networks that connects millions of computers worldwide. So, ayan. So, computers connected to the internet can communicate with one another with a number of protocols such as HTTP, SMTP or Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, or FTP or File Transfer Protocol, IRC or Internet Relay Chat, IM or Instant Messaging, Telnet, and P2P or peer-to-peer. So while the World Wide Web is a system of interlinked hypertext documents and programs that can be accessed via the internet primarily by using the HTTP. Okay. For my first question, kagapon lang lahat. Okay, Rolito Salvador, I'll write you here. Okay, again, so please prepare for your pen or pen and paper because anytime I'll be having a questions. So na kuha na ang difference sa internet and the World Wide Web. Okay? So napansin no. Okay. Next, important terms of web technology. So, ano siya ang possible na mga ano no? Yeah, important terms of web technology. So first we have this web page. So what is this web page? Then we have this HTML, we have this web server, we have this web browser, then we have this URL, then protocol, internet protocol, HTTP, XML, gateway, and API. Okay, for your you have your pen and paper na. So, what do you mean by URL and HTTP and XML? Again, what do you mean by URL, HTTP, and XML? Okay, so moving on. So again, these are the important terms of web technology. And again, what do you mean by the URL, HTTP, and XML? Can you write that one? So, and these are the some web components. So when we say a web page, a document which can be displayed in a web browser such as Firefox, Google Chrome, Opera, Microsoft Internet Explorer, or Edge, or Apple Safari. These are also often called just pages. Okay? So again, ang web page is a document which can be displayed in a web browser such as Firefox, Google Chrome, Opera, Microsoft Internet Explorer or Edge, or Apple Safari. These are also often called just pages. Christina, isulat lang. Ayaw ninyo i-answer sa comment section. You need to have your pen and paper, no? Paki-delete sa imong answer na, map. Pasundong ino na sa imong mga classmate. Then, of course, don't forget to thumbs up, no? Now, again, so we call, what do you call, what dyan sila namin, no? So, unsa may tawag aning mga Firefox, Google Chrome, number 4 na ta ha. Unsay tawag aning Firefox, Google Chrome, Opera, Microsoft Internet Explorer, or Edge, or Apple Safari? What do you call this one? Kaning apat na to. Okay? Sige, unsay tawag ani? Next, another web components, we have website, a collection of web pages which are grouped together and usually connected together in various ways, often called a website or simply a site. Okay. Next, we have web server, a special high-end computer that hosts a website on the internet. Today, we have a cloud services that act as a web servers. Next. So what is this dynamic versus static pages? So I know there are I think all of us already know this website, but however, can we determine that if this website is a dynamic or static pages? So we will know. So static pages show the same content each time they are viewed, while dynamic pages have content that can change each time they are accessed. Okay? So nakuha. Again, ang static pages show the same content each time they are viewed, while dynamic pages have content that can change each time they are accessed. So, kumbaga, ang static, as is na siya. So, pag mag-visit na perminti niya, mao dyan na perminti ang mo, ang makita na nato na information. While ang dynamic pages, so time to time, naga-change siya. No? Ayan. So dynamic pages are typically written in scripting languages such as PHP, Perl, ASP, or JSP. The script in the pages run functions on the server that return things like the date and time and database information. Again, please prepare your pen and paper so you don't need to answer on the comment section. You write it down, no? Because it will be submitted sa Canvas kasi. And you will be use the cam scanner. Now, then all of the information is returned as HTML code. So when the page gets to your browser, all the browser has to do is to translate the HTML. So what is this HTML? Huh? What is this HTML? So HTML is a language which is used to create static web pages. So HTML is the language of web pages on the World Wide Web. HTML uses bracketed commands called HTML tags that are integrated into a text document. HTML code can be written in text editor like Notepad. Sa pailay na so Sublime, the one that I told you to install, and we have this Dreamweaver as well. Save the text editor file with, so of course we're using the editor, no? Then once makuha na siya, ma-save na nato, we will save that with that HTML or that HTML extension. Then we will open the file with any web browser like the Internet Explorer, Firefox to see the HTML page output. Okay? Next. So these are the basic HTML tags. So we have the HTML, the head, and the body. Then we have also this attribute, the title, which is the page title, style, rendering style, link, related documents, metadata about the document, and script is the client-side scripting. So this is the simple HTML code. So again, we have this HTML, then we have this body, so header, my first heading, my first paragraph, so P paragraph, then body. So always remember that every tags, nandiyo na siya, if we have this open, nandiyo na siya close. No? For example, HTML, then nandiyo siya close HTML. Body, di ba? Ang header, close header, then P. Then later on sa atong next classes or we will discuss that one, how to make talaga mag-coding ta. So for now, we will be just discussing muna the basic or the things that we need to talaga discuss before ta mo mo hands-on. Okay? Because I know as of now, wala pa kayong, some of you don't have yet a computers. No, and even did not install the 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 Sublime. Ayun. So, web browser. A web browser is an application program for retrieving, presenting, and traversing information resources on the World Wide Web. An information resource is identified by a uniform resource identifier or URI or URI, and maybe a web page, image, video, or piece of content. Some example of web browser is the Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, Firefox, Opera, and Safari. So by the way, we'll be using, I'll be sending a, what we call this, link. As, we'll be using a browser para same lang ta na wala diri sa list. So natay gamiton actually na browser. Next, we have this web server. So a web server is a program or computer machine that generates and transmits responses to the client's request for web resources using the HTTP protocol. So every computer on the internet that contains a website must have a web server program. So any computer can be turned into a web server by installing server software and connecting to the machine to the internet. Okay? So, mo nang ginatawag web server. So, this time, how web server works. Sige daw, I want you to draw on how web server works. Sige, how web server works. So, this time, I want you to draw just a little illustration sa inyong papel how web server works. Based sa kaganina na ano, if you are really listening sa presentation, so how does a web server works? Kindly give an illustration in your paper. Kaya kay mamaya ato na siyang i-draw. I mean, i-submit sa Canvas. So I'll be posting sa Canvas, no? Yeah, dapat dahil na ako ni siya ano, no? Gi-segregate, gi-sectioning dahil dapat na mo. Okay, manag drawing. Yes. I'll get my power back muna ha. Okay, now, some example of web server. So we have this Apache HTTP server. So the Apache HTTP server, commonly referred to as Apache, is a web server software program which gave the initial boost for the growth of the World Wide Web. In 2019, it became the first web server software to surpass the 100 million website milestone. So daghan kay website di you know. The server is aimed at serving a great deal of widely popular modern web platforms operating systems such as the Unix, the Windows, the Linux, Solaris, Novell, NetWare, FreeBSD, Mac OS X, and Microsoft Windows and OS 2, and etc. Microsoft Internet Information Services, or the IIS, is one of the components of Microsoft Windows, and it is Microsoft's implementation of a web server. The protocols supported include HTTP, HTTPS, FTP, FTPS, and SMTP. So it's estimated around 25% of all websites utilize the IIS, or shall we say, the Internet Information Services. Now, my another question is, what is the difference between HTTP or HTTPS? Again, what is the difference between HTTP or HTTPS? N pala, rather. So again, what is the difference between HTTP and HTTPS? Okay, so URL. So this is always madunggan na to. Sa man URL, sa ni tapos usahay ma-miss ano na tayo no, ma-mislead tag atag info. So URL or UR stands for Uniform Resource Locator. A URL is formatted text string used by web browser, email clients, and other software to identify a network resource on the internet. So network resources are files that can be plain web pages, other text documents, graphics, or program. So URL string consists three parts. Ayan. So ito yung importante ha. We have this network protocol. Typically, URL protocols include HTTP and FTP. Host name or address identifies a computer or other network device. Host came from standard internet databases such as a DNS and can be names or IP addresses. File or resource location. These substrings are separated by special characters as follows. We have protocol, host, and location. Example of URL. We have http www.uneca.org.acs. So what is protocol? A protocol is a set of rules that govern data communications. So a protocol defines what is communicated, how it is communicated, and when it is communicated. So it represents an agreement between the communicating devices. Without a protocol, two devices may be connected but not communicating. Just as speaking Portuguese cannot be understood by a person who speaks on English. HTTP or stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol is the language of the web. HTTP is a protocol used for communication between web browser and web servers. So when a web page has this prefix, then your links, text, and pictures should work in your web browser. HTTP functions as a request response protocol in the client server computing model. A web browser, for example, may be the client, and an application running on computer hosting a website may be the server. So the clients submit an HTTP request message to the server, and the server, which provides resources such as HTML files and other content or performs other functions on behalf of the clients, returns a response message to the client. So ganun. So for example, using the a web browser like Google Chrome. So kita as the user kanang mag-type kita ta, for example mag-type lang ta og website or a specific URL. So mo na siya ang time nag-request ta. Then submit na karon sa browser. I mean, the browser will send it to the web server because that is the request. Then the server will be provide now the sources kung unsa to na specific na HTML or the website na imong gusto tan-awon. So mag-response na ang server or kato mga web server nato. Then atay ginatawag na API. Wala. Nawala na dito. Ayan. So, nawala tayo saglit. Are we good? Okay. Okay pa ba tayo? Kindly say yes sa comment section. Mas nawala saglit ang connection dito sa bahay. Sorry for that. We're still good. Makita pa ba ang live? Say yes, please, on the comment section. Ayan, okay na. So, what is API or application programming? So, thank you. API or application programming interface. So, application programming interface, which constitutes a language and message format, is set of data structures. So, routines or protocols used by an application to communicate with other control program. So, communication protocol or operating system. Example would be a places API, which is called by many web-based applications. So, what are these web technologies? So, these are web technologies. So, mo ni siya atong katong mag-coding tano. So, will be first basic muna talaga tayo. We have this HTML or hypertext markup language. Then XML extensible markup language. Then CSS. So ay ito na sa CSS, these are the reason bakit maganda yung mga ano natin, no? Our website because of the use of this CSS. And we have this JavaScript if we have this interaction talaga like login. So mo lang na JavaScript. Then that that's ano pala sa PHP din pala, no? Then we have this Java programming, VB script, PHP, C Sharp, ASP, and ASP.NET. So these are some of the web technologies. And yes, in this semester will be yeah, ato ginis lang maagian tanan. Okay, that's end for our introduction to web technologies. So thank you. So I hope you got some points. So if you have questions, just comment lang. Then please ano tawag ito? So we will have class this afternoon, no? Just wait for my instruction sa community. Okay, since for example like sa section A, no. So kasi same naman po topic ko ang akong i-discuss ani. Then I hope everyone nakapasok na talaga sa no, sa Canvas. Yes, Salvador. Salvador, please go to my community. Andun yung anong tawag nito? Yung link sa Canvas, no? Then pag try sa form, fill up sa form, no? So that I could send it to your email. Murag ikaw na lang jud ang wala pa nakasulod yata sa Canvas. Kasi lahat sila nakapasok na. Then give me time because I will be segregating you from block A to block B sa Canvas. Kaya naman to party to na sectioning. Okay? So, do you have any questions? So, natay ko pinato ka questions. 5 questions karon na inyong i-submit. So, ano sa to? Ay lagi 5. I did 5. Dapat tong the difference of HTTP to HTTPS. No? What is okay? So do you have any questions before we end our class this morning? And yes, just prepare, just ano lang, tanawa sa ang schedule sa ano. I mean, yeah, announcement sa community for this afternoon class. We have six. Yeah, sorry. 1, 2, 3, HTTP. Yeah, we have 6 questions. Yeah, including the drawing kasi nga, yun yung nag-6. Okay, do you have any questions? Uh, that was just an introductory pa lang, no? Yeah, the groupings, yun nga, 'di ba? I told you na ako memang pili sa Block B, no? Feel ako, yes, ako'y mag-kuhan sa Block B. Sige na, I'll be posting it naman again sa community, lahat ng mga announcement ko. Sa mga groupings. So, okay. Okay, don't forget to thumbs up the video, this live, brother. Hindi nato na siya kalimtan permi ha. Every time mag-live tayo. Don't forget to thumbs up. Sige, kasi there are current 22 viewers pero 11 lang ang nag-thumbs up. Okay, if you have no more questions, then thank you for coming in. So, just again, tanawa lang announcement sa community ha. So, bye for now. You know what to say pag mag-close ang klase.